Hey there, boys and girls. Welcome. It is Friday night. Sammy's in here and Roy already. How'd you do that? Oh, because I put the scheduled thing on. So, welcome to Friday night. It is September 15th. It's a holiday, Rosh Hashanah. I think that B&H closed early today at 1 o'clock. I think Adorama is still open. If you're watching this on the rewind, which a lot of you guys do, Randy coined that term and I like it, so I stole it. We've got activity that happened this week, actually some pretty interesting stuff, and the Christmas room has pretty much stayed. Well, there's a couple of changes. I went to go make a video because Randy is going to test out something for me on one of his computers, and he asked me to make a video. So I grabbed the camera from here. You notice that the white camera is not sitting here any longer. And I got involved playing with it. It's the Sony E10. So I plugged it into this A10 Mini, A-T-E-M, A10 Mini. It's a switcher. It's a 4K, no, it's not 4K. I wish it was 4K. Now that is something that they should work on. They made like they made a dozen of those. They made the decision, a wholesale decision. So what that means when I say a wholesale decision, that means they made a decision on behalf of everybody. This light, I didn't turn it on. Let's turn it on. There we go. I don't even know if you could see it. Oh, you can't even see me, because that camera is aiming this way. There we go. So, all right, now you can see the light. See the turquoise right there? I just turned that on. So, let's see. Oh, Sammy, I see your name up there. I'll get to your comments in a second. Sony made a new $25,000 camera, and it's not returnable. It says it right there. How crazy is that? It's not returnable. $24,999, $1 off to make it $25,000. And it says, this item is not returnable or exchangeable. So I looked over at Adorama, same thing. So if you write a check out for $25,000 for that camera, you're stuck with it. You have, it's all yours. So let's see. I'm probably going to go over to the storage chair. I like to sit, but I like to stand too. Gives me a little bit of exercise. I went up a pound this week, and I came down a pound this week. So what you going to do? It's probably just water. If I drink more water, see the water right there? If I drink more water, then guess what? I go up. And if I drink less water, so what I have to do is drink less water and then weigh myself. So can I drink less water enough to get into a new lower weight? I got to break that 150. I've got to go into the 140s on the weight. But I've been doing solid, not bad at all. I have to say that. So let's see what we've got. We've got a lot. I don't know what we've got, but we've got a lot. So Peter Gregg is here. I can't believe that Peter Gregg is here. I watch you all the time, Peter. I think it's fantastic. And I've been watching you for years. I love that Christmas room that you've got. It is just wonderful. And I've been watching where you have said to please click the links. I've been clicking the links. Every time I look at one of your shows, I go in the more down below, just down there, okay? And I click the link to go to Adorama, and I just look around and I look at new cameras. That's how I found that new camera for Sammy, $25,000. I was just looking around at Adorama, and I goes like $25,000, not returnable, not exchangeable. Okay, you intend for me to keep it, right? I guess so. So Roy is here. When did you get in, Roy? I know you're coming in from Australia. It must be a pretty good signal that you guys are broadcasting out there from Australia to reach here in Miami. Well, I could see you, and I think it's fantastic. I'll get into what happened this week. New camera, new computer, sold lenses, sold stock in some lenses, and then had a fight with the bank. The banks are just something else. Unbelievable. It's your money, but they do everything to keep you from using it. So basically, I flipped some stock, Nikon lenses, I should say, into a new computer. But I'll explain that a little bit later. So Roy is here, and the big boy is here. Sammy says, Peter. How you doing, Sammy? Tell Joey I said hello. Tell your mom and dad I said hello. Tell Max I said hello. Everybody, I say hello. And Roy says, good day, Peter in Miami, Florida. How's everything going, my friend? That's what Sammy's asking me. How's everything going, my friend? Everything is going good. I actually talked to Sammy, twice this week? He sounds good. He's in college. He's moved away from home, but he's not that far. So he can get home if he needs to, and he can go down to the city. He can go down to B&H because he's in New York, I think now. And the Jersey, New York area. You can cross over the Hudson Bay and just zip over there back and forth. Lewis is here, Mr. Camera Junkie, and he'll be on tomorrow night. So if you're bored on a Saturday nights when you take your best girl out on a Saturday night. At least I heard that somewhere. Saturday night, you take your best girl out on a Saturday night. Well, if you're not out with your best girl, go visit Lewis. And if it's a Friday night, come visit Peter. Peter wants you to come visit here. Yeah, he really does. He wants to see you. So that's Lewis. And I'm sure Aiden is with Lewis. Aiden doesn't go very far from Lewis, so I'm sure he's there. And he says, I really want it. I'll give it to you. No, he's talking about this new $25,000 camera that, I started to look at it. Does it have Sony's focus system in it? Why would you spend $25,000 on a camera and it didn't come with a focus system? That makes it a little bit weird, doesn't it? So I'll bet a nickel. I'll bet a penny that, because I don't like to roll in the high stakes, the nickels. I only have so many nickels. And actually a nickel is worth more than a nickel now. Did you know that? The nickel that's in the nickel hasn't been replaced. The silver that's in the quarters and the dimes and the 50-cent pieces, that has been replaced with tin. Okay? So if you have a quarter, a dime, or a 50-cent piece that's older than 64, so it says 1963 on it, it's got 80% real silver. And it's actually worth more than the quarter and the dime. Yeah, it really is. They call that junk silver. And the reason they call that junk silver is because it's already been pressed into the shape of a coin. And then in 64, they transitioned over not using silver anymore when they minted the quarters, dimes, and 50-cent pieces. So that is what is going on there. Why did I bring that up? I brought it up for a reason. Well, if you had enough dimes, 1960 dimes, you could probably buy that, Sammy. The specs are amazing. It's a big boy camera. Yeah, it's for the big boys, And if they're going to buy that, they're probably not going to buy it from B&H. Anyway, B&H doesn't want to fiddle-faddle with the hassle of returning a camera like that. So you buy it, you own it. That's it. No exchanges, nothing. Norm says, Merry Christmas, Peter and Greggy's around the world. I see the Windex bottle by the little Christmas tree. You're fixated on that on that Windex bottle. Yes, you are. What did I see that was blue? I saw something that was blue. It reminded me of Windex, and that reminded me of you. And now I can't remember what. I was making Dawn that you wash your dishes with in the kitchen sink. If you're not buying it at, the dollar store and getting the cheap stuff, the good stuff is called Dawn. And yeah, I've tried them. The cheap stuff versus other brands versus Dawn itself. Dawn is just better. I don't know why. Works better with the water I got in here. That's all I could tell you. So Dawn makes something called a power wash. It's a bottle with a squirt thing on top, and they dilute it, and it comes out like a foam, and it works. So I was refilling it. You don't fill it with just straight Dawn, by the way. I mean, it won't pump. So you've got to put like about 5 tablespoons of the water that's in that bottle. Keep the mic on me. The water that's in that bottle is like 100%. Okay? So you want to put about 5 tablespoons of Dawn. So what you do is you open the bottle and you fill it maybe half of the way up with water, slow. Otherwise, it's gonna be bubble sud city. All right. Then stop. Then put 5 tablespoons of the regular Dawn, the blue stuff, and then put 2 tablespoons of 70% alcohol. And then fill it the rest of the way up with water. Now, if you really want to get like a perfectionist, then use distilled water instead of tap water. Or if you've got filtered water, you could do that too. And then you will have made your own Dawn Power Wash, and you can just keep refilling that bottle. Don't leave out the alcohol. That's what makes the difference. It makes a huge difference. So anyway, Norm was wishing me a Merry Christmas. I thought of you, Norm, when I saw the Dawn. It reminded me of the Windex, and the Windex reminded me of you, like a dominoes effect. And today is Rosh Hashanah. I'm not sure if you celebrate that, but I know the Jews are celebrating it. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing a blue shirt in honor of that, because that's the colors, blue and white's the colors for Israel. Red, white, and blue is the colors of the U.S. So I have the blue, I have the red. I don't have anything white. Well, yes, I do. If you haven't tried Peter Gregg's A Better Bounce card, now would be a good time to do that. Go to petergregg.com. This is a flash diffuser for your electronic flash that you put on top of your flash. Never fire direct flash. Always diffuse it. And that little pop-up that comes in with the flash, not good enough, because you can get this, which is better. And you can actually, if you had a flash here, Peter, you could show the people. You know, I put one over here on purpose so that I can show everybody when I talk about it, because I'm supposed to be talking about my own product. All right. Anyway, it left. So this is the small. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the small. And then after the small is a large. I don't have a large here. And then is the extra large. So this is what you put on your flash unit. I'll put that over there, and after the show's over, I will find it, because now that I need it, it's not here. So happy Rosh Hashanah to Norm, or to anyone that is celebrating. Today is Rosh Hashanah. B&H is closed in honor of Rosh Hashanah, and if you have to buy something in an emergency, I believe Adorama is open. And by the way, this is a good place for me to say thank you. I've been asking on the big channel where I put up videos, and I'm saying please click the links because it's a way to reward me. What's surprising is the links at B&H is like 19. That means 19 people clicked from my video and went to B&H, because they keep track of that. And they put it in my face when I log in, okay? Adorama's got over 400. What? I think it flipped, and Adorama is the more popular one now. I'm just saying. I don't know. But actually, if I was going to buy something today, I would buy it from Adorama. And I put the links in the description below. Oh, have I told you? Click on my links in the description below. So you know what I really think? I really think it's you guys. I think it's the Friday night group that's actually clicking on my links in the big channel and here. Because how did I get 400 clicks and B&H is like 18? Well, B&H did mess me up. That's the way I feel about it. But I'm not a vengeful kind of guy, so it is what it is. I actually have a better deal, a much better deal at Adorama now. So it worked out. What does Sly say? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yes, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, I'm gonna make that famous. I like that saying. So anyway, happy Rosh Hashanah to everybody. And Sammy says, when I make my feature film, I'm going to rent the camera. I got to go there. I'm going to say I want to rent you for a week. And that's what, he doesn't talk like that. I'm talking like that, okay? I'm not making fun of Sammy. Sammy is perfect. He's beautiful. He's tall. He's 6 feet tall. He's 18. I mean, he's at the beginning of his life. In a few weeks, I'm going to be 70. I'm at the end. Sammy's at the beginning. Oh my God, I'm surprised Sammy's my friend. Thank you, Sammy, for being my friend. Love you. I love all of you guys. So, Norm is driving the kids home. So they've had their winner chicken dinner at Norm. I got to find a rhyme. For Norm, it needs to be a dessert. Because if you had dinner, you need a dessert. So I'll have to rhyme Norm with a dessert. So I could say winner chicken dinner, Norm, dessert time. Okay. So he's driving the kids home back in an hour. I should be going off at 11 if all goes well, but I do have a tendency to talk a little bit much. Boom. Okay, so Norm is driving carefully. And if it's on in the car and the kids can hear, hi guys, I wanted to say a big thank you for going and seeing your dad every weekend. It means a lot to him. In case he hasn't told you, he looks forward to it. And when all of us know that after you guys have dinner, then he drives you home. So you got yourself a great dad there. I don't know what you guys, I know one of you is a doctor and the other one's the president of the United States. I don't know what they do. So maybe one's a lawyer and the other one is a teacher. Or how about if one is a plumber and the other one is a florist? Or how about one, a photographer? How come I didn't come up with that one first? Maybe one's a photographer and the other one's a videographer. Aha! I got myself. Okay, so anyway, you guys have a fantastic dad, and you guys should know it. You should have a Father's Day every month just for him. How long are you going to have him? He's getting old, in case you haven't noticed. The hair on his head, gone. Where's the hair? I used to have hair. I was younger. I had hair. Now I get older. I don't have as much hair. Do I sound like a New York Jew? I tried. I have a hard enough time sounding like a Greek. So now when I talk to Mabel, the Southern comes out. So Eric is in the house. I love you too, Eric. Thank you for coming here. He's resting after selling his blood. He donated blood today. Did you guys know that? Eric went and donated, they call it plasma, but it's blood. It's blood, the red stuff. Okay, so that's excellent. I'm proud of you, Eric. You're all right. I don't believe everything I heard about you or I read about you. What's the saying? Something like that. I didn't hear or read anything. Don't get excited. You should just smile. Relax. When you finish with this show, find a movie and relax and even fall asleep during the movie and you'll have, a good solid night's sleep. Your blood will regenerate. By tomorrow, you'll be full again. It's getting the bone marrow right now and all the machinery is working. So whatever you've been eating for the last, 7 weeks or something, that's the new you that's coming out. That's why I've been trying to eat well. I'm happy that I'm losing weight. That's the gravy on top. That's a pun. It's choice words. That's the cherry on top of the banana split. All the stuff that I can't eat, right? All right. So, anyway. Sammy says, I clicked your link 5 times today. Ooh, you're really looking at that camera, aren't you, Sam? I know what you're doing. You think you're hiding? I could see right through the camera, right into your dorm room. Yes. Put your clothes on, dude. Anyway, He's checking out that new Sony camera, $25,000. Anybody in here going to buy a $25,000 camera? Please raise your hand. Roy, put your hand down. Roy, put your hand down. You're not buying a $25,000 camera. So Sammy says, how did you know, Peter, how did you know that I would love that camera? Sammy, I know you're studying to be a filmmaker, so I figured when they come out with a big cinema camera, you're going to be on that like white on rice. There's just no way that Sammy is going to pass up a brand new cinema camera. And it's small. It's a small box, but it's full frame. And I believe it's got Sony's good focusing stuff in there. Let's get a sip and see if my vodka is doing okay tonight. In my big red cup. You guys are supposed to take a sip of water with me. Don't be just sitting there watching me drink water. You're supposed to be sipping the water with me. Get yourself a glass of water. Or hot chocolate. That's perfectly fine. Or, what else you got there? I'd like to know what you got. So Jeff is here, and I saw, Jeff, you wrote a comment on my my videos. I put up 4 videos this week. I was a good boy. Remember how I keep saying, oh, I have to put a video out, and then I didn't. And then the next week I'd say, oh, I have to put a video out, and then I didn't. Well, this week I put 4 videos, so I'm trying to come to life. I should have put one up for today. I woke up late, then we had a little problems. But everybody gets problems, so don't worry about that. So this is being simulcast on another channel, and I forgot which one it is, but it's mainly the Friday night channel. So Jeff says, good day, Peter. How are things? Your way, good to be here. I love it when you guys are here, Jeff, and the entire Shane, the entire Southern Hemisphere group. Sammy says, no, I'm still in Jersey. Well, good, but you could pop over to New York anytime you want, or you can pop back over to Jersey. I have a stage lighting gig tomorrow for a local rock band. Oh, cool. Sammy says, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, I would love to come on the channel and tell you why it's such a great camera for the price. Sammy's getting ants in his pants. Settle down, big boy. I'm going to get you over here. In my time, not your time. So don't be sitting there and dreaming about that every night. Okay, so he wants to come on to my channel. And you got your camera ready right now? Do you? Do you have your camera ready right now? Tell me if you have your camera ready right now. Roy says, I'm happy. Winter's looks like it's passing and summer's coming. You guys don't get a fall? No, wait. Winter? Well, how do they go? Winter, summer, spring. That's what's in the middle. You guys get a spring. Why was I thinking fall? It's summer to winter. You get a fall, right? Forget it. I don't want everybody to see how dumb I am tonight. So Roy is preparing for the next season. Let's just put it that way. My LED par lighting is so much easier than what I used to use with all the gels and changing bulbs, just plug and play. That means you could change the colors, right? I think that's what the LED means. You can comes with a remote. You can change the colors. That's cool. What they used to have yesterday compared to what they have today is crazy. So I do want to get into what camera that I'm shopping for. You guys know if you watch the other channel, but just in case. Roy is talking to Eric, and Roy is saying red, white, and blue is the color of most flags. Thank God you said flags. So I had a great Rosh Hashanah dinner tonight. Oh, you guys did it with the dinner? That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. That means Norm might have done that too. So Sammy is doing the advertising for me. Thank you so much, Sammy. You get your bounce cards at petergregg.com/a-better-bounce-card/diffuser. But if you go, here's the secret. If you go to petergregg.com, just go to petergregg.com, okay? And rather than make a fancy website, I just created a list. So if you want to go to my blog that I started, and I have 2 more ready to go up, but I lost the password. So I have to click that to recover your password crap. How crazy. So number 2 is the blog. I think number 1 is the flash diffuser. So they're all in a list. So I don't have to go to petergreg.com/blah, blah, 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 blah. You just go to petergreg.com, and I think I got, what, 7, 8 things on that list. You could go to any one of those. Some of them are still coming. I'm still developing that site. There's no rush. The rush for me, okay, since it's family here mostly, the rush for me is to get people to, number 1, click on the links, because that moves me up in priority at Adorama and B&H. And the second thing is, if you're going to buy something, click on my link, because they will even give me a commission. It's not big. You know, I'm not going to be buying my new Tesla because you bought something there, but it'll add up little by little. Yes, it will. If 1 million people click on the link before they buy something at Adorama, you know what? I'll be outside. How would I get a cable out there so you could see? I'll just record it to the SD card, and you could see my new Tesla, because that's what I want to get. Although I'm liking the new Cadillac Lyriq, the problem is I want to be in the Tesla environment with all their superchargers. And then even if you, even all the new companies are going to, all the new companies are putting in the Tesla connector. So now if you buy a Hyundai or a Ford or a General Motors EV car, you can go to Tesla and fill it up, which is a big thing. Which means Tesla is going to become the biggest electric juice gas station in the world. Honestly. So that becomes a big deal. So what was I talking about? Oh, clicky my linky. Thank you. I know you guys do it. I just know it. I know that it's you guys that are clicking the links. So Eric says, I got Peter's bounce card. It really works well. Okay, it's going to sound a little weird coming from me because it's my bounce card. However, I have so many different flash diffusers, and you know which one I keep going back to? This one. If you ever break a hot shoe because you got one of those hard flash diffusers, this is made out of foam. It's like a polyfoam. So, I mean, I got tired of breaking hot shoes. I had the light sphere from Gary Fong. You turn the camera around and bump somebody in the elbow, like, bam, okay? Oops! That camera's out. Where is it? Get me another camera out of the camera bag. And then you gotta, I came to the point where I had to figure out and learn how to change the hot shoe myself. And then I invented that. I actually invented this before Gary Fong came out with his light sphere. But I'll never get credit for that. But anyway, pop, 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 pop. Peter's bounce card works good. I believe in appreciating people while we have them. Too late when they're gone. I appreciate my mother more and more. She's in heaven. You know why? She never got a break from loading the dishwasher and unloading the dishwasher. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? She just did it over and over and over. She tried to pawn the job on her children. You know what? We didn't listen. And she had to load and unload. Now that I'm loading it and I'm loading it and unloading it, I appreciate what she did for what? 70 years or longer. She died 86 years old, I think. So I don't think there was a dishwasher when she was 16 years old. Or maybe she was. Yes, it's at BioLife. Oh, he's answering, Eric, does your blood bank pay for blood? Yes, it does. And then Roy says, he already has a Hasselblad H. It's overpriced. It's the name. You're paying for the name. So, no, I'm looking at the used FS5. I want something cheap. Winter chicken dinner. So there we go. Yeah, the S5 is a good camera. So Sammy says, I just sipped with that. Thank you, Sammy. Somebody. Okay, so you guys that have your cups, get them. We're going to dink. We're going to dink. Okay? Ready? One. I'm going to go like that. And you're going to go like that. And we're going to, like, you know how they go cheers? We're going to do that. 1, 2, 3. Dink. And now, everybody that's got their water, hot chocolate, soda, whatever it is you're drinking, cheers. The family that drinks together stays together. So, Sammy is stuck with me now because he just sipped with me. Okay, and fall and spring are not very noticeable in Melbourne. And Roy is talking to Eric. Tesla has the best chargers. Yeah, they have the best chargers, and you know what they have that's equal to their chargers and better? They have I don't know what to call it. I call it a flight plan. So if I was going to drive from here to see Randy, I'm in Miami. He's in, Austin, Texas? San Antonio? Somewhere over there. Okay. I put that in the car, and even my gas car doesn't tell me, oh, you need to fill up there, and then when you get to that town, fill up there. But the Tesla will tell you, you're going to fill up for 23 minutes at this station. Then you're going to continue on your trip. And then when you arrive there, you're going to fill up for 35 minutes at that one. You never fill them all the way up. I mean, they're trying to get you out quickly. So let's go over to the story chair. I'm going to take my mouse and my body, and I'm going to go to the story chair. Do you know where the story chair is? It's right there. You didn't know? And what chair is that? That's Jingle's chair. Okay. And yes, I got a new aluminum stand. It's on wheels. I can actually roll it out here. I'm not sure what the heck to do with it, but it's here. And they're expensive. It was given to me. So let's go to the storage chair. Let's plop my much smaller butt. You see me? Over here. Where are you looking? I'm hiding. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the mic in its stand. Going to tighten it because it likes to leave. And now I'm sitting in the chair, all comfortable. There we go. Now I got to move the camera. And this is going to be the big test. The big test. It's a Sony E10. So I started to tell you I wanted to make a video because Randy and I are going to test something. So I wanted to make a video, so I picked the camera up. It was sitting over there on the Christmas desk, and I started to play with it. And there was a cable laying there, so I plugged it in, and I plugged it into the ATM Mini because I don't have any more plugs on. There's 4 plugs and 4 main cameras in here. So I don't have for a 5th, but with the ATM Mini, I can add 4 more. So the Sony E10 that I walk around and play with, that I just plugged it in and I set it up on a little tripod, a short little cute tripod. Randy's got those too, short little cute tripods. And it's the coolest thing. And we're here. Now you're seeing it. So it keeps going black, like something is timing out, and I can't figure out what it is. So I did 2 things, and we'll see. We'll see tonight, because this show goes for another half hour, at least. And if it goes black, we'll know it blacked out. So I did 2 things, and the first thing seemed to have worked. And it's something I didn't even think of. The camera might have been overheating. So I opened the battery door and moved the LCD out and took the card out. And then I left it on and came back in here 2 hours later, and it was still running. So I'm figuring, oh, that's a big deal. Maybe I solved the problem. So in the meantime, I wasn't sure. You see, when you go to solve a problem, you really probably shouldn't do two things at once. You should probably do one thing so you can isolate what the problem is. So now I did two things, and I'm not sure if I even solved the problem or not. That's number one. And then number two, I'm not sure which one of the solutions were. So what I did is I reset. You could reset your ATEM, your A10 Mini. So to reset it, what you do is you unplug. There we go. It went out. So that's with the reset and with the with the battery door and everything open. So it's got a timer. So if I go over and I look now, the LCD screen on the camera is hot. That means I could see it. And there's no, let me check, let me get closer so I can read it. There's no heat warning on the LCD. No heat warning at all. So I got up, which is why you guys are seeing my belly right now. I'm looking at the LCD. All right. So I'm prepared for this. Don't worry. I figured, what happens if I do that and test it during the show and the camera goes out? Well, I think the camera went out. So if I go back to the Sony, there's nothing there. So I have a second folder for those of you that are on Ecamm. And this folder does not have the Sony in it. So it's not going to revolve to that Sony. So I do need to figure out what is shutting down. So the camera is on. The LCD is on. I could see myself waving in the LCD. So the camera's alive. It didn't freeze. There's no overheating warning or even a temperature. You know, they put a thermometer on some of the cameras and stuff like that. Oh, let me put this back down. I'm not going to hold it. So the camera seems to be working. So something between that camera and the computer is timing out. And I just can't figure out what it is. I thought I solved it. I really did. When I thought it was the overheating. But there's no overheating warning. And it still went black. And I did a factory reset of the A10 Mini. ATEM. The A10 Mini. And I thought, oh, that should fix it right there. Well, you just saw. And what's even worse, this is what's even worse. I can't figure out how to get it to go back on. So now that's a puzzle. It really is. Because if I knew what to do to get it to go back on, even if it was unplug this cable or unplug that cable, you know, I'll show you. Let me switch over to the cameras that include that camera. Let's go to the one that died. Okay, so you can hear me, means we're live. I moved it over to the Sony E10 and something went to sleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the HDMI cable first. Okay. All right, so it's unplugged. And now it's plugged back in. You'll be able to tell if it comes back on, the screen won't be black anymore. Now I'm going to unplug the HDMI cable from the A10 Mini and plug that back in. Nothing. I'm going to switch it from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Nothing. Now I'm going to turn the camera off completely. Turn the camera off, so the camera's off. So what you're waiting for is you're waiting to see the camera pop up because I can't figure out what I need to do to make it come alive. So something went to sleep and I don't know what it is. All right, now I'm going to turn the camera on and I'll tell you when the camera's on. Okay, the camera's on. So whatever it is that went to sleep, I can't unplug cables, turn the camera on and off, turn the ATM Mini on and off. Well, I didn't try that. Let's try that. You won't hear me, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Oh, I turned the ATM Mini off and I unplugged it, I should say, and I plugged it back in. Well, doesn't that mean that the problem is in the ATM Mini? So let's see. It's somebody mark the time. It looks like it's 10:40, right on the dot, and that's Apple time, so that's pretty accurate. Now let's see if it times out again. So I started at 10 o'clock, pretty much sharp tonight. So we went 35 minutes maybe, and then it timed itself out. Now, if all goes well and the bridge isn't whatever the saying is that I do, then it should complete this show. So there we go. Nothing like a little bit of excitement, right? All right, so I'm back in the folder that's got, there we go. I want to lean back a little bit. Pull my shirt down, put the microphone in place. Bring the cable so it's not dangling on my toes, because that is an irritant. Okay, so to recap, the LCD never stopped on the camera. I unplugged at the camera the HDMI cable. I unplugged at the ATM Mini the cable. And then I gave up and I changed folders. Then I came and got back up and turned the ATM Mini, unplugged it, and then plugged it back in. The camera came back on. So if somebody could put that together and come up with a puzzle, that would be nice. I really have tried everything, so don't think I'm a dummy. So don't say, like, do this or do that. I obviously cannot turn the computer on and off. I'm broadcasting live, so I can't just leave you guys in the middle of a Friday night. So that's about as much as I can do. And I did prepare a second folder in case this happened. I was just going to go to the other folder, let the cameras revolve, and strictly use the Panasonic for my sitting down cameras. Now I have a second E10 in here. It does not go offline. It stays. I'll prove it to you. I'll switch over to that camera. And it's been on the whole night, okay? You're not going to see me very well because I'm really far away. I'm over here, okay? So that's the E10. See right up there? That's the E10, the black one. It's still on. It's still hot. It doesn't go to sleep. It's plugged directly into my Blackmagic recorder card. Okay, so let's come back. All right, so I'm back with in the folder with all my sitting down. I have a folder for sitting down cameras, and I have a folder for standing up cameras, and I made an emergency folder for tonight, which removes the Sony in case it did not behave. All right, let's continue with what you guys are saying. Roy says, I read that one. Fall and spring is not very noticeable in Melbourne. Tesla has the best chargers. Yeah. Oh, Randy was up next. Hi, Randy. I was talking about you a few times tonight. Write your password on a sticky note and place it on your iMac. By the way, hi, folks. I actually have a Rolodex in my iMac. And I looked at and I didn't write the password down for that. And it just makes me scratch my head because I'm a stickler for doing that because I can't remember these passwords. They make you make up crazy passwords. So I do have a Rolodex for that. I didn't write it down. Hello, can you hear me? I didn't write it down. I have to have a little fun here too tonight. Come on, guys. So, hi, Randy. Randy is he is burning it up. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's go take a look. How many people we got in here? Not that many. So let's just this. I'll go and see what my family did. my Friday night family. I need to bring you along so you can actually see. So let me go over to my desktop. Here's my desktop. Okay. So here we go. You guys can see that okay? So if I come over here, I need to make sure the volume is on. Yep, the volume is on. And you are looking at my Chrome. All right, so this is you guys. All right. Oh, Justin, Baby Back Maniac, but the regular channel. He made a video, and he got a new puppy. So if you want to see the puppy, if you want to see him introducing the new puppy to the dog that he has now, which is Smokey. So he brought a new puppy home, and Smokey, like, who is this? And it took, what, a week or so, and they wound up becoming best friends. So Randy put up a video. Randy just knocks him out of the park. When I grow up, I want to be like Randy. He just puts up videos like crazy. So he's driving around with the R6 Mark II and the 35 millimeter. I don't know what CV means. Maybe that means car video. Car video, CV, 4K, and he used crop mode. Okay, that's cool. So he did some driving around, and then he did another one with the R6, a 35 millimeter again, CV, car video. If it's not car video, then you got to correct me, okay? And this time he did a stabilization test. So Randy makes videos like nobody else. It's just like he's got over 1,000 videos, and I'm still working on what, 200? Okay. So I know that's Charles. Did he change the name of the channel to We Got This? Maybe he did, because that's his thumbnail, and that's Charles, Dr. Charles Richard, with his hat. Okay. So Baby Back Maniac Leftovers has a story to tell. He bought the, was it the DJI Osmo? And it broke. And he went round and round with the company, and they eventually wound up fixing it for him. And that's the story. So see what it says here? Baby Back Maniac Leftovers. That's a new channel that Justin made. And see over here, Baby Back Maniac. That's the barbecue channel. And see over here, Randall Brander, where my mouse is going back and forth. That's the name of his channel. Now, over here, We Got This. That's the way Charles Richard changed the name from Orlando News. Or he created a whole new channel, I'm not sure. Okay. But I'm subscribed to it, so I'm thinking he changed the name. Because if he created a new one, I don't remember subscribing to We Got This. And look at Jonathan made a video. And he's running with his... Okay, we got to see this real quick. We just... Okay, guys, I don't want to steal his thunder. Okay, so go over and watch this. Okay, and I have... Oh, look, he's got goats. Oh, my God, I can't wait to see this. He plays so good. He's one of the best violinists. So, Jonathan Anderson Violin. He also has Jonathan Anderson, I think, Hymns, Hymns. And I am subscribed to both. Okay, so let's go back. Okay. Oh, Sly put one on. Oh, she's going to stream at 11 o'clock tonight, 11:30 tonight. There it is. There you go. So if you can't find Sly's stream, you need to be subscribed to Sly Reader. Where's the name of the channel? This is a test. It's right there, Sly Reader. Okay. So we got Sly Reader, and she's going to be live at 11:30 tonight. So this is after I go out. Okay, Baby Back Maniac. Randy's got 2 videos. Charles has got a video. This is all today. Okay, see the latest right there? That's the latest. This is the story of Justin with the breaking of the Osmo camera. And Aaron Short, who's one of the family members, he put up a video also. So there you have it. All right, so let's come back to the Christmas room. Where's the Christmas room? Did I lose the Christmas room? No, I did not. Those are the standing cameras. I'm looking for the folder for the sitting cameras. There they are. Okay, there we go. And there's Peter Craig. There he is. He's right there. Okay, so I'm back. All right, so I'm going to be watching, no offense to anybody else, okay? I love all of you guys, but Jonathan running around in the field playing with goats, it's going to be hard to beat. I really got to tell you. Although the puppy video with Justin, that's going to be right up there. But Justin can't play the violin, and Jonathan can. So Jonathan wins. Justin, go take some violin lessons. What can I tell you? Okay. So the Sony E10 is still hot to trot. Well, I shouldn't use those words. So let's see if we make it to the end of the show with this guy. So what is Jeff telling me? Jeff is saying, after watching your show on the Red OM camera, I went and had looked and found that Olympus has sold the camera. Yeah, Olympus sold their camera division. It's called OM System. Whoever bought it didn't have enough money to buy the last S, so it's not OM Systems. It's OM System. So he says, I was shocked as Olympus was a household name in the way of cameras. You got it, Jeff. I feel the same way. That's why I'm a little hesitant to go with that, but I don't want to color it in a bad way at the same time. All right, so I'm just going to be nice, and I'm just going to say I'm not going to buy an Olympus anytime soon. Okay, so that's my feelings on it, and you got the right to have your feelings. Get a show, and you could tell your feelings. So yes, and this was not just recently, Jeff. They sold the camera division, I would say it's approaching 2 years, if not longer. So it's been a while. I keep wanting to look over there, but the camera's over there. So this is the Panasonic S5 Mark II. So we're going to find out in a second. The Sony is still hot. Not a black screen. Good. So Eric is still playing with his blood. I don't get paid for the blood, but it is the plasma that they pay. Oh, okay. So he's kind of defining that. So Roy is talking to Randy. See, that's the nice part of putting the @Randall's Brander. I know they're having a conversation, and I try to stay out of those conversations out of politeness rather than broadcasting it. You can see the comments. It's on the right side. So over to that side, if you have the comments turned on, they're outside of my window, and they're over there, and you can read the comments. So Sammy says, where is Sammy? He's right there. You need a song called A Better Bounce Card Seller Peter. A better bounce card, da da la 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 la. I'll work on it. Do. All right, Sammy says, do you hand make the bounce cards? You know, Sammy, when I first started, here's the history of the Better Bounce Card. And it's got the letter A. I just call it my flash diffuser, okay? So when I started selling them, I didn't sell the bounce card. I sold a kit with a template. So you could go And you could buy the foam at Michael's or what other craft stores there are out there now. Walmart even sells that similar foam. And you would take the template and take your razor blade and go all the way around. And I was selling those. And then I've had a few people say, please make it for me. I can't get it. So I started making them. So I started making them exactly like you said. I make them by hand with a razor blade. Then after a year, and I was getting quite a few orders, I ordered, what do you call it? A stamper that is done. It goes into a letterpress. Do you know what a letterpress is? Have you ever seen those presses where it goes and it puts a new paper in and prints it and then it pulls the paper out? Well, they can do that with my Better Bounce card. So now the Better Bounce cards are die cut with a professional stamp. That, we lost the camera. You see that? It went black. Okay, now, here's the test. Can I make it come back on? I know you got volume, so I know you can hear, all right? So I feel you guys are okay while we play a little bit to see if I can get the camera to go on. So I'm over at the Panasonic. I'm going to walk over. You'll get to see my much thinner belly. Look. If I pull this all the way back, look how thin I am now, okay? Compared to, this used to be out where the buttons were pulling, like even more than that, okay, like that. Now, I could put me and another person. I can put me and Randy in there. All right, so now I'm walking over. Now, the last time, I unplugged the ATM Mini, and then I plugged it back in, and the camera came back on. Okay, I'm going to do that now. Plugged it back in. Okay, so the eCam is actually working with the Panasonic. So watch the seconds. In 14 seconds, it's going to change camera. So if it did not reset, then I'm going to go to the other folder because I can't have a black screen like that. Now the camera's still on. I can see the LCD screen. I can wave. It's moving. The camera's alive, and all is well at the camera. Okay. Oh, I unplugged it and replugged it, and look, we got it back on. So I know how to do it now. Well, we did it twice. Let's see if it happens a third time. Okay. So let's put the mic back here, but it didn't last but, what, 23 minutes this time. So I don't know what's timing it out. So now all you gurus out there, and I know you're going to tell me low-level stuff. Okay, give me a little bit of credit that I've been doing this for 100 years. So I've tried. This is the fourth cable that I'm using. I actually tried to plug the ATM Mini directly into the Mac computer. What have I not done? I mean, I've done so many things. I'm better off telling you what I have not done. I have not plugged the E10 camera directly into the Blackmagic switcher. That I have not done. That would, and if it goes out at that point, that means it's definitely the camera. And the reason that I say that is I would be bypassing the ATM Mini completely, like all the other cameras. So if I go to one of the regular cameras, like let's say the Olympus OM, the E1, I'm way back at the other end of the room. You see me back here? Okay. So the four cameras up there are plugged into the, it's a Blackmagic 4K 60p switcher. It is a card, and it goes directly in to a Thunderbolt cable into the computer. Now, that has never given me a problem, thank God. Now, I shouldn't say anything, okay? So if I come back over to this folder, and I call it the sit-down folder. Okay, now if I come back over to this folder, this camera is not running through that system. This camera, I got no other plugs over there, so I have to plug it in someplace. So this camera is plugged into the ATM Mini, A10 Mini. And it keeps going black after a certain number of minutes. And I'm trying to isolate who is screwed up. Well, I think it's showing me that the ATM Mini is what's screwed up. Okay. So I'll play with it this week. The reason that I put the camera in is because I'm grabbing that camera and when I go to my brother's house for dinner or something to that effect, I'm grabbing that camera because it's light. Now, I just did a video that I put up on the big channel. What would be the camera I would buy today? What's the best camera for the dollar today? And I should have added for people that are content creators. And I came to the conclusion that it's the Sony E1. So I've actually had 3 people say, look at the Sony A7C Mark II. So I'm going to have to do a little research on that camera. But when I did a quick glance, it doesn't have the features that the E1 has. It does have a viewfinder. And if that's important, it has a viewfinder. It also has double the pixels. If that's important, again, that camera would be more important. So I want the lighter camera. So the E1 is the lighter camera. And I want the dual ISO so that I can put the little crop sensor, little tiny little lenses, and I could take it to your house, to my brother's house, to a restaurant, and the camera's small. You know, Sly's the one that got me going into that. So I'm paying attention now. So Roy says, my mother-in-law didn't have a washing machine, just a scrubbing board. Okay. Do you still sell the sensor sweep? No, I ran out and they sold so slow that it would cost me a couple of $1,000s to restock. I don't have the money to restock that, so I took them off. They're not there. So you can't buy the sensor sweep. So somebody else makes a cotton swab and you go like this and they only want you to do it in one direction. The sensor sweep was far superior to that, but they're not getting sold anymore. Sorry about that, Eric. So Randy is answering Roy. Sammy dinked with me. That's when we do cheers right over the air. We take the cup and we tap. So Sammy dinked with me. Cheers. That's cool. Thanks, Sammy. You're cool. And I didn't know if you were going to be home in time, Sly. Sly is here. Happy Friday, everybody. It's Haas's birthday today. Peter, can you sing a song for him? Oh, my God, I would love to sing a song for him. Okay, so let's get the mic off of here. And let's come over here. Is he with you or did he take off? You know, Haas has got his own jet. And he just leaves. He leaves town. All right, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come over to the stand-up cameras and put that on. I heard it was Haas's birthday. Haas's birthday, how old is he? Is Haas 2 years old? No. Is Haas 3 years old? No. Is Haas 4 years old? He's 4 years old? Well, then I have to sing happy birthday for him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Haas. Happy birthday, dear Haas. From Peter, I love you, Haas. Happy birthday to you. How old are you, Haas? How old are you, Haas? How old are you today, Haas? How old are you now? Okay, so if you guys don't know, Haas is Sly's grandson. She loves that kid. I mean, she would fly around the world for him. So, Haas, did you do anything special for your birthday? Haas, I'm talking to you. Hey, pay attention. Haas, Haas, Haas. Over here. Wave at me, Haas. Wave at me. This old man, he came home. He came riding on his stone with a knick-knack, paddywhack. What do you mean those aren't the words? Those are the words. Oh, you have new words. I don't know the new words. So I know you like that song. Okay, so that's why I was singing that song. So happy birthday to you, Haas. Happy birthday to you, Haas. Haas, look at me. Happy birthday, big boy. You get to be a big boy. Do you have your own clothes? You do? Do you have your own dresser with your own drawers in them? You do? Where did you get your own bureau with your clothes in your drawer? Wow, you are really getting to be a big boy. I love you, Haas. Haas, I love you. All right, it's Haas's birthday. Everybody wave and say happy birthday to Haas. There we go. All righty, there we go. So Sly took Haas and they left town. She went on a trip. See if I can find the chair and not fall down. All right, so now I need the sitting cameras. So we'll start with the Panny. Panny, manny, manny, banana for Fanny. So I had to give Haas a little extra attention. If that annoys you, change the channel. What can I tell you? Haas is a 4-year-old boy, and he loves attention. And it's Sly's grandson. So Haas gets a song. He goes to the head of the line, guys. What can I tell you? All right, so we'll find out a little bit later what Sly did. She'll probably tell us. And if she doesn't, I'm going to ask her. Okay, you don't want to cooperate? I'll put you over there. All right, so we'll find out when she goes live at 11:30. So that's just in about 20-something minutes, 23 minutes. So happy birthday to Haas. Randy's talking to Roy. Roy's talking to Randy. Okay, see the @ sign there? Story time with Peter. What Canon camera is behind you? The Canon cameras on the piano here don't work anymore. And you know why they don't work? It's not because they're broken. I can't find the chargers anymore. So this is a super zoom. Canon S8S. Start again, Peter. This is an SX50HS. Bleh. Okay, so it's got a battery, but I can't find the charger to charge it up. So this is what they call a super zoom. It goes... Did I hear it snap? Does this have juice? Where's the on and off switch? Let's push the button. No, it has no juice. Okay, I'm pushing the on button. Okay, look. Back then, a flippy screen, a built-in telephoto with image stabilizer. You know, I'm going to look on Amazon. It's a 50. It's the 50XIS. It's 4.3 to 215 millimeters. It is a super zoom. It really is a super zoom. Okay, so I maybe I could take this around and take pictures. Does it do video? Yeah, it's got a video mode. I'm going to see if I can get this rolling. Thanks, Sam. It even has a flippy screen and all that. So I put it here as a prop, honestly. And then there's another one here. And this is the XTI Rebel. This one has interchangeable lenses. Boy, that mirror is dirty. Never clean your mirrors, okay? Once you start cleaning the mirrors, you got problems. Oh, you don't have mirrors anymore. They're all mirrorless, okay? But the dust inside, and that's with the body cap on. I could see the haze on that. So this will take interchangeable lenses. P mode, TV, A, M mode. There's no video mode in this one. So this is the XTI. And this takes pictures. I used to grab it just to you know, what did Roy call it? He called it his bashing camera. Okay, this does not have a flippy screen on it. So this is the original Rebel XTI. No numbers. Just not even a number 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, whatever they went up to. Okay, and this is probably the size of the cameras that Sly is using. So that little M6 Mark II. So here is an all-in-one. Where am I? And you can see the cameras are very close in size. Okay, just do that. So this camera is large for its age, and this camera is small for its age. So that neither one of them have a charged battery. Okay. So that answers your question, right, Sam? Randy says, check that the power is on high instead of standard. Draw out that sentence a little bit. The power where is on high instead of standard. And if you mean the heat, it is on high. Okay? If you mean the heat sensor, it is on high. That was the very first thing I checked. Every camera I've got, it automatically goes to the high setting. Now, if there is a power setting that you're talking about and it's not that, do tell. Okay? Because Peter wants to hear that. Is that lamp in the background strobing? Yes, it is. It is strobing because of the frequency. So it's a low-powered light, like a refrigerator light for LEDs. I got to put a regular bulb in there, and that will probably stop doing that because I'm at 1/50th of a second, which is under 1/60th. It should not be strobing. So I see it too. I don't think the light is strobing. The camera is, when I look at it, it's not strobing. The camera is reading it, kind of like a digital thing. If you go above 60th of a second in America or 1/50th of a second, where you've got the 50 hertz, it starts to strobe. So that light bulb is doing a funky thing, okay? So I made it almost disappear by on this camera by lowering the shutter speed from 180 to 0 or 360, one of those. And on this one I tried it, and it was almost like 99%. It went away. I need to find a bulb that's a proper bulb to put there. That is not high on my priority list. So if you guys are going to watch that, there we go. She's gone. She's gone, baby. Now, the way that it left, doesn't that imply that it's heat? Okay, so if the camera is overheating, unplugging the ATM Mini and plugging it back would not change the heat level in the camera. Do we all agree on that? Do we all agree that turning the ATM Mini on and off is not going to affect the heat levels in the camera? Because I'm not turning the camera on and off. I'm not unplugging the HDMI from the ATM Mini. I'm not unplugging the HDMI from the camera. Yet, something went to sleep. I cannot figure out what it is. So if you're watching this on the rewind, make a comment for something I can try. Just give me a little bit of space. In other words, don't like turn the camera on and off. I mean, I've done that. I've changed the cable 3 times. I've changed the cable to one that doesn't have an adapter to one that does have an adapter. But turning the ATM Mini on and off knocks out it's the cable that's the problem. Okay? So pay attention to that part. Okay, it's a 2-parter. Now, we're going to try again to unplug the ATM Mini, and this is the 3rd time. If it doesn't work, then I don't know what else to try. But it did work twice. So I'm going to unplug it now. just plugged it back in. Couldn't find the hole there for a second. And it came back up. There you go. Does that give you guys any hints before you start telling me to do stuff with the camera? Because I'm pretty much going to ignore you. No offense. I'm not being mean. But I'm not changing stuff at the camera at this point. Oh, so you know the camera's set to 24p. The camera is, the ATM Mini is set to 24p, which is why I can do this and it looks smooth. I could do this here and it looks smooth. So we're at 24p across the board. Ecamm is set to 24p. So everything is set to 24p. What else? What else? What else? In the camera, it's not the XAV, whatever it is, S, because that's for 4K. It's the one for 1080. So it's set, let me put the mic so you can hear me. So it's set to that. So I'm just saying that so I don't get you sidetracked. Now this is the third time I unplugged and replugged the ATM Mini in and it came back to life. That is something that is repeatable. That's number one. Okay, I just had a thought. What if the ATM Mini is overheating? Is that possible? But the sound is going through the ATM Mini. Wouldn't that stop? Because the ATM Mini gets really, 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 really hot. Did you get that? Okay. So, oh, Sly's telling me what the time it is. Oh, I only have a few minutes, guys. So let me go through these real quick. 8:41 Melbourne time. Oh, Mountain Time. 10:40 Sly is Mountain Time, Central Time. She's in Oklahoma. I had problems with my ATM Mini 2, so I quit using it. I've never had a problem with it. But I do now. I made a liar out of myself. Okay, Randy's talking to Roy. Roy is solving a government problem. I'm in faster mode now, guys. Okay. I keep going over to that camera. It's that one that's hot. Oh, it's this one that's hot. Why don't I turn this body around? Maybe that'll work better. Hi, how you doing? So maybe I'll see now to look at that camera. I got to turn my neck a lot. So, but the mouse is over here. Roy is talking. Randy says a car vlog, car vlog. He's chanting car vlog, car vlog, car vlog. Okay. Can I do it in my Lincoln? Do you think anybody would watch a 1997 Lincoln town car? That was my mother's car. Do you know it has 21,000 original miles on that car? 21,000. So I'm going to just sit up so I don't get too comfortable. I don't want to get comfortable. I'm going to move this forward. I'm not going to move this forward. I want to bring the mouse over here. This is where my hand should go. Okay. Roy says DJI has never been known for good customer service. Watch Justin's video and make a comment. Because they came through for him, but it wasn't right off the bat. He kept elevating it. And I think he said he thought he was eventually talking to the CEO. That's a lot of elevation, guys, okay? So, Sammy, you used to post videos a lot. What happened, big boy? Oh, you went to school. Never mind. I know what happened. But Roy doesn't post videos, but you know what? He goes online. I haven't heard the latest on Chuck. If anybody knows, update me. Just hit the camera shutter button, Peter, on the ZV E10. I could try that, but I think I've proven that it's not the camera. Okay? But if it goes black again, I'll try that, Randy. It doesn't cost anything to try that. Okay? 18 minutes, 9:40 to 10:58. So it's getting shorter, right? Doesn't it feel like it's getting shorter? Doesn't that imply overheating? And doesn't overheating imply it's the camera? But if the camera overheats, it shuts down. The LED LCD has never shut down, and it stays hot. I can wave and I can see myself in the LCD. So something is a little bit screwy. Sly says, oh, we're doing bets now. My money is on the ATM is the problem, not the camera. All right, so where is my hat? We're going to take the bets. The bets are rolling in hot. The bets are rolling in hot. Black or white. The camera's white. The ATM Mini is black, so it's black or white. Where do you put your money on, black or white? How much you going to put down? Randy's going to be the dealer, okay? So Roy 10 says, okay, I'm just going past it. Roy, because I'm trying to get... Norm says, I'm back. What did I miss? You're going to have to watch the rewind. You missed so much, Norm. You just missed so much. I can't even begin to tell you what you missed. Make sure the camera is not on 1080-60. No, it's on 1080-24. It should be 1080... 30, same as the A10 Mini. The A10 Mini's on 24, the camera's on 24, eCam is on 24. All the other cameras in this room is on 24. There's nothing else I could turn and move to 24. I am 24'd out. If you wanted another 24 from me, I just don't have it. I just don't got it. Sly says, she's talking about Ross. He'll love that. He's with his dad. All right, so he's not going to be on her show in a matter of moments. Okay, but I'll play the rewind when he comes back over there. I knew you were going to do that. That's why I spent a little extra time. And in case he was there, I figured I would actually make a bigger deal out of it. So Randy says, happy birthday, Haas. Happy birthday from Randy. Happy birthday from Randy. Happy birthday, Haas, from Randy. Up, Eric says happy birthday. Look at this, Haas. Look, look, look. Eric says happy birthday, Haas. Happy birthday from Eric. Happy birthday from Eric. So we have a lot of birthdays coming for Haas. Yes, sirree. David's here. David, you're coming in and I'm going out. I'm going over to Sly, which is where you're going to go. Peter, can you play that? You're infatuated with the piano. Norma's infatuated with the Windex bottle. David's infatuated with the piano. All the rest of the music is behind a paywall. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Rainey says, they got the battery chargers for those bridge cameras. What's a bridge camera? Bridge cameras. Bridge cameras. I know Photoshop's got bridge. Do I look dumb right now? Do I look dumb right now? Well, that's because I am. All right. So Sly says, Uncle G has the same SX740HS and loves it. Cool. Is that one a super zoom? Because those super zooms are a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm gonna log off any second, but I want you guys to see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move this chair so it can be in front of me. Then I'm gonna move this mic so it can be more to the side. Okay, so what's all the fuss about, Peter? Well, the fuss is my arm has to go back here to run this mouse. And that hurts. Oh, poor baby, it hurts. Yeah, okay. All right, that's better. Oh, much better. Roy, why didn't you tell me to do that earlier? You're $1 late, $1 short, and a day late. Roy's saying when his Z8 comes back, he's going to have a party. From its holiday, I'm sending the Z6 for a full spectrum analysis. Okay, so now I can do a little of the fine tuning. Okay, is this as low as it goes? Yes. Okay, so push that down and push this up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Mark is here. Mark, why do you keep coming in at the end? I guess you just got in. Did you stumble in? Did you drink too much? Where is that Mike? Did you drink too much? No, he just has a brewski with his Frenchkies. He's saying, oh, he's in New York. He's traveling. He told me that last week. That's right. Mark is traveling. He's going to New York, and I think he's going to Texas, and I don't remember all the places. So, hi, Mark. I love you. I did pray for you because I do know you're traveling. And we have arrived at the 11:25, so I have to get off so we can go over to Sly. Okay, so Chuck is getting a little bit better. I will need to say goodbye to everybody. And Randy is saying goodbye to everybody. And guess who else is going to say goodbye? So if you're watching this on the rewind, be active. Write me a comment in the description. No, you can't do it in the description. Write me a comment below the video, down there, okay? Write me a comment. Tell me what you think I can do to try to fix this. I'm going to go for the heating on the ATM Mini. I'm going to try to cool it down. Randy taught me some tricks. I'm going to start applying them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm taking it into the pool with me. No? Okay. All right, I love you guys. If God is willing and the bridge isn't up, I will see you next Friday. Those of you that are celebrating Rosh Hashanah today and this weekend, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. You guys that are Christians that are celebrating Rosh Hashanah because it implies a new year, a new beginning for a Christian year for you guys. God bless you too. And if you guys got nothing else to pray about, pray for me. I didn't even tell you about my new computer, my new camera, that I sold stuff. I got the money in the bank turned it down, blah, blah, blah. Oh, all that. I might do a show tomorrow or Sunday. I'm not saying that I will. I'm saying that I might, okay? Now, as I was saying, if God is willing and the bridge isn't up, oh, it's still on, okay? So if I could get this guy to stay on, it's very easy to pop it. It's right there on my desk. I could almost reach it. So I could take that camera and go any place I want. So, and then bring it back here, pop it back up there, and we could complain all night long that it keeps going black. All right, love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. I know I'm looking at the wrong cameras. I appreciate you being here. I pray for you guys every single day for the rest of my life. All right. As Lewis is saying, he's waving us out. It's time to go. So we're going to take Lewis's hint and go. 1, 2, 3. Make a comment in the rewind. Do a thumbs up and a like. Bye.